Newton, even though his name was Isaac, as far as I know, was not Jewish. But when, as the tale goes, an apple fell on his forehead, he discovered the physical side of an important Jewish teaching. Kabbalah, the mystical part of the Torah, says that this material world is a reflection of spiritual realities. Spirituality is primary, and we here are simply the result of what is going on in higher spheres. Kabbalah also says that the material world has two problems. The first problem is that all the things in the material world are, well, material. That's kind of a given. And the second problem is that all material things are drawn to other material things that are bigger, which means more material than they are. Everything material wants to be even more material. Newton saw that physical objects are always attracted to other physical objects. They are being pulled to things that are bigger, heavier, which means more material than they are. We feel gravity simply because the Earth is the largest, which means more material, thing we have around us. Archimedes, even though he wasn't Jewish either, when shouted Eureka, also discovered a practical application of a Kabbalah teaching. Water pushes out everything that weighs less than it. And not only water, all substances push out everything that is lighter than them. That means less material than they are. All material substances do not tolerate anything that is less material than they are. A helium balloon rises because helium is lighter, which means less material than air. This means that everything material is not only drawn to the things that are more material, but is also rejecting all the things which are less material. And what's going on in spiritual worlds? The same thing, just the other way around. All spiritual beings are, first of all, well, spiritual. Then they are also drawn to greater spirituality. And they also do not like anything that is less spiritual, which is more material than they are. So you will say, what is the problem? You don't like me, I don't like you. Let's agree to disagree and go to our respective corners in peace. Everything around us is anyway either only material or only spiritual. There's no spirituality in a stone, and angels, despite of Michelangelo's insistence, have no physical bodies. They are spiritual. The material things love their material world. The spiritual things love their spiritual world. So let everybody stay in his own world and everything's going to be fine. The problem, however, is that apparently God doesn't like when everything is nice and peaceful. And therefore God created humans. In the Torah, you can notice that a man was the only creature that was made in a two-step process. Everything else was made with one utterance. And a man, first he had a body made, and then there was a soul that was given into it. We are the only beings that combine within ourselves both the spiritual and the material. Imagine what would happen if you would lock, let's say, a daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law in the same room. And so we humans became a battlefield for two opposite forces. But that's not all. God also told us that our goal is to bring spirituality into everything material around us. Imagine God saying, I know that all these physical things don't want to have any spirituality, but I don't care, and you have to force them to have some. And then God also told us that this very job is the reason why He placed us on earth. This is the reason why we are here. Now, that's a task.